Let's welcome in our next guest. We have the management of Repco Home Finance joining us to talk to us about the announcement made by the Prime Minister on New Year Eve. We have Mr. V. Raghu, ED at Repco Home Finance, joining us on the phone line from Chennai. Mr. Raghu, thank you so much for joining us on NDTV Profit. Can you tell us how will your business be impacted? What kind of fillip are you expecting? Because now for affordable housing, there's a significant interest subsidy that the government has announced. Will this give a big fillip to your business?
Definitely, I think any move by the government of India to give a boost to the demand for housing is going to have a positive impact on the housing finance sector. For companies like us, where the average ticket size and the median ticket size is within the range it has been announced by the Prime Minister on the 30th, we expect this to have a positive impact on the business opportunity for us in the coming years.
Can you tell us, Mr. Raghu, how much of your portfolio is home loans which are between 18 to 25 lakh rupees? The home value is 18 to 25 lakh rupees.
About 70 to 75% of our book is in that range. That's why I said though my average ticket size is somewhere close to about 13 lakhs, but the median size, if you see, they are between 8 to 11 lakhs of rupees. So we are in the spot where the government has announced the subsidy for loans up to 9 lakhs and then up to 12 lakhs. So I think it will provide us with a good opportunity for growth in this current year, 2017.
Right. Sir, how do you think it will work for you? Because you'll have to, I think the interest subsidy will be routed to NABARD, and previously also there were these, a scheme like this had been announced where interest subsidy was given, routed through the NABARD. How does it operationally work for a company like yours?
Let me tell you, I think the interest subsidies now for housing finance companies are routed through the National Housing Bank. And there has been no delay in getting the subsidy, and since everything is now automated, the moment we furnish the information online and once it is checked by the system itself, the subsidy is released. So we don't expect any delay to be happening there to getting the subsidy from the government.
Right. Sir, for this year till date, what kind of growth have you seen in these kind of loans, the loans to, loans where home values are between 18 to 25 lakhs? What is the growth you've already seen?
No, I think I think we should leave the current quarter. I don't think I'll be in a position to discuss the current quarter figures or anything like that. But the 2 months effect on the demonetization, which had probably that will get reversed in the year, probably the next financial year. I think we expect probably our growth momentum to get back to the previous year's level.
Right. But in the first half of this financial year, what was the growth in this segment, sir?
See, we had about 24% growth during the first half of the financial year in the loan book.
The entire loan book. So you would one would think that this segment is in any case seeing a strong demand even without demonetization. So from say 20-25%, how much more do you think your loan book would grow because of this interest subsidy?
Well, I don't think I'll be in a position to guess what will be the thing. Probably it should lead to a growth of about 5% in the loan book. This is only a guess which I am making. And secondly, a lot of things will depend on the supply side response to these measures, because these are all measures on the demand side. So the supply side, there will be more houses coming up in this price range, and then that should actually give a fillip to the growth.
Right. And what about the subsidy that is also being given for home improvements? We have seen all through the year some of the cement companies, home improvement companies, they anecdotally tell us that, I may not build a house, but I do spend on home improvements. So do people take loans from you for home improvements or extension of homes as well?
Yeah, really about 78% of my book is for home improvement loans. And I think the subsidy that is announced even for that in the rural area is also probably will give a fillip to the growth in that segment also. Right. And the 30% increase which the government has announced to the Prime Minister's Awas side should all add up, and then probably we can start this new year with a positive note.
So on the demand side, you said that these measures have been announced. On the supply side, can you tell us what the picture is like? Would you have any idea? Because like the government has announced under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, there will be an increase in house building. But what has been the activity so far this year? Let's leave the third quarter. In the first half, sir, has a home building for affordable housing segment also kept pace with the demand?
Well, I think a few projects have been commenced in, by a few state governments on this affordable housing project. And I think the volumes are yet to pick up, I think, because it takes time to plan, and then you have to acquire the land and do the house construction. They'll have a lag effect, and I'm sure, I think the current year will see more projects coming up under the affordable housing project.
Right, but these are generally state-sponsored schemes, or are private developers also involved in this?
Now, most of them will be the public-private sector partnership projects in this.
All right. Mr. Raghu, if you can just tell us how large is your loan book as of date?
Yeah, as at the end of September, it was close to around 8,300 crores of rupees. And the current quarter, of course, I can't disclose the figure as of now, and I think we expect probably a reasonable growth during the third quarter.
All right. Mr. Raghu, thank you so much for speaking with us at NDTV Profit and giving us your views on what will be the impact of the announcement made by the Prime Minister giving an interest subsidy for home loans up to 8 lakhs and 12 lakhs. So his view is that there will be a big jump in business should the supply also keep up of these affordable houses being built.